So, two-way prepositions. Some people, for those of you who know Mitchell, for example, he calls them the doubtful nine. Okay, because there are 9 of them, and you're always doubting whether or not you are using it correctly. Okay, so in German, they are called Wechselprepositionen, changing prepositions. Okay. So there are 2 cases that you could use them with. Does anybody happen to know what they are? Richtig. Good guess, yes. So it can be accusative. Or it can be dative. And each one is used with each, but it's totally about meaning in the sentence, but which one you actually use the case, like how you decide which case it is. So, Sunday, you guys are a very healthy class today. First we're going to go through the meanings, what the 9 of them are, as well as the different meanings. Okay? So, if you actually take a second, if you can see that poster in the back with the prepositions, you've got the dative box, you've got the accusative box. It's actually a Venn diagram. So the ones in the middle, those are the doubtful 9, the Wechselpräpositionen. Okay? So, an is your first one. Okay? So an, depending on how you're using it, each one of these can have 2 different meanings. Okay? So it can mean onto, if you're talking about a vertical surface. Or on the side of. Okay. In both cases, vertical surfaces. So like windows, doors, things like that. Okay. Next one is auf. Does anybody know what auf means? Okay. A lot of people guess of, but it doesn't actually mean that. Okay. It means on top of. Okay. This is a horizontal surface. So it can be on top of your desk, or something like that. You would not say on a wall. Like you can't use it to say I'm going to hang a picture on the wall because a wall is a vertical surface. So it really is important to remember it is on top of something, so not just on. Okay. Next one is hinter. Behind. There you go. Good. In. Okay. So it obviously means in, but it can also mean into, like you're going into something, like into the city. What about neben? Anybody know that one? I think you guys are scared of the video. Neben means next to. Alright, next one. Über. Not the car service. Nope.
Practice.
Oh, it's üben. Close. Over or above. You got it. It can also mean about. Like if you're talking about something. So it has more than just those two meanings, but when we're using it as a preposition, it means one of those two. It also means about, but when it's used as a preposition, it means above. Next one is unter. Under, or underneath, yep. So that. See if we can get them all on the slide. Next one is for. Oh, before is before. In front of, yeah. In front of. So it could just be in front or in front of, either way. And the last one. Zwischen. Between, yeah. Good. You know that one. Why do you know that one? Oh, hey, look at that. See, I should. What? German music. So, how do you know when to use each one? This is the tricky part. Okay? Jaden, are you still alive? Yeah. Should. Okay. So, we talked about it could be accusative or dative. Okay? Now there's, essentially you're looking at the verb. Does the verb make you change locations? Okay? So, if it does, you are moving, right? That means you're alive. You're going places, whatever. So alive is accusative. They both start with A. Okay? If you're not going anywhere, essentially you are dead. Okay, you aren't actually dead. Okay,
We're
but
technically all dead right now.
sorry, what?
We're technically all dead because we're not going anywhere right now.
The earth is moving, Elon, the earth. Shut.
I'm not even sure what's going on right now. Okay, so if you don't move, your movement is dead. Okay? So therefore it is dative. They both start with D. Alive accusative, dead dative. Alive accusative, dead dative. Okay? With me so far? Yeah? Good. Rachel and Lauren, you guys alright? You could have the exact same sentence. So like this one. Ich fahre in blank Stadt. Der, die, or das Stadt. D. Okay? So we could put in an accusative one there or a dative one there. We don't know yet which one we want. If you put in accusative, what does it mean? Driving into the city. Yeah? Okay, so if you did that, you leave it as D. What if you switched it to dative? Can you switch it to dative? If I did switch it to dative, it still works. What would it mean? It's a legitimate sentence.
They're driving in the city, like within the city.
You got it. Within the confines of the city. Okay? So within, so in the city. So there are going to be some instances where both of them make sense. Okay? And then it's based on meaning. Purely based on meaning. Most of them aren't going to be that complicated to try and figure out. Okay? But that is an example of one that could be. Okay? Now, you guys had the glorious phrase about dancing in the disco. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of people were Ich gehe in die Disco. That was the phrase that you were taught. There was another phrase about the disco that you were taught. So this one means you were going to the disco. You're on your way there. Okay, you're not walking around inside the disco just like walking around in circles. Okay? You're not. Don't get creative. Don't say that's what I would want to do because I don't want to dance. Okay? It's not a normal thing. Okay? And a lot of times people would try and put Ich tanze, and then they keep the indie disco because you hadn't been taught that. You had no idea why it would change. But instead of die, it should be der. Because you are dancing in the confines of the disco. Okay?
Is it also not a normal thing to dance your way to the
Correct. It is not normal to dance your way to the disco.
Then you're tired out.
Exactly. Then you're tired out, you've wasted all your time.
You get tired.
Okay? With me so far? Is this making sense?
Yes, but don't finish.
What are you going to put in that blank? Ich gehe in blank Kino. Der dir das Kino. Let's start with that. Das. Okay? So is it going to be das or dem? Why? Because you're going there. Mm-hmm. You're not walking around in the confines of the Kino. Okay? So you also have that option of the contraction. And that's how you guys learned this phrase in the first place. So you used ins. Okay? And either way is totally fine. If you say in das, you could use it for emphasis. So ich gehe in das Kino. I'm going into that movie theater. If you use ins, there's no emphasis, whatever. It's just, I'm going to the movies. Okay? I'm going to the movie theater. You can do it either way. It's totally fine. Okay? What if you were going to say this? Then what? Dame. Rachel and Lauren. Why is it Dame this time?
Not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. So, put Dame. Okay. But you could also have the contraction im. Okay. So, people have the habit of saying im Dame Kino or im der Kino or something like that. And then you're just saying in the. That's repetitive. Okay, because the im already has the der die das word in it. Okay. Alright. Still with me? Good. Almost. Okay, let's run through the contraction possibilities real quick, and then we will move on to practicing on some whiteboards or something here. Okay? So, contractions that you could have. We've already done the in. In plus das is ins. In plus dame is im. Here are the ones with das that you could use. So an plus das, you can make a contraction. Auf plus das. A lot of you use this on a regular basis. Somebody's already used it this morning. So when you say darf ich aufs Klo, you're actually saying auf das Klo. Right? That was you. Okay. And then the ones with dem. An plus dem is am. So you've seen that one a lot too. So no. Bei plus dem, Schönheit, is beim. Not to be confused with bein for leg. Very different. Von plus dem is vom. Okay. And then we have zu plus dem. That's, wow. Not what I was about to write. Zum. Zum. Yeah, zum. And the last one. Zu plus der. Zur.